going. Okay, so welcome. Let's start off by just lighting our candle.
Okay.
For our sacred circle.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sisterhood of the Red Thread Connection, those gathered, those who are broader, and those who are around the world that we may never know, but who connect up. And let's just begin by taking a nice, deep, gentle breath in, the breath of mind. And a breath for light body. And a breath for soul. And let's just follow the natural flow of our breath, allowing it to center us into our heart center and align with our beautiful hearts, our great big beautiful hearts. And allow that connection to also travel and take your awareness down through your feet, anchoring you into Mother Earth, allowing each exhale to ground you into her sacred heart. And as we ground into Mama Earth, we also feel her energy of health and life rising up within us. And from our own heart, from our heart chakra, we allow our awareness to rise up through the crown chakra, all the way up into the heavenly realm, to the stars and the starlight, where we catch a star. And we open to the ancient wisdom of the stars and allow that starlight to shine down into our heart center. And with the next breath, we feel the connection between the heavenly realm and the earthly realm as it merges and becomes wholeness within our heart center. And let's just breathe in to that wholeness, to that sacredness, to that vibration. When you feel ready, allow your awareness to just rest within you in the location that you feel is your personal sacred center. And just rest here a moment, feeling the connection of our togetherness. When you are ready, excuse me, begin to blink open your eyes. And I'm just going to share a poem for our togetherness today. She leads me on red thread, circle to circle, sister to sister, year to year, lifetimes of connection. She holds my hand, circled with the red thread, wrapping around wrist, intertwining fingers, stretching and tugging on and on. She wraps me in her arms and whispers, "Sisters of the moon, we gather once more to weave the red thread." She guides ever on through Moon Lodge, through red tint, always bringing me to circle with sacred sisters. She renews my life, places her hands over mine, a red thread cradled between them. Sisters of the red thread, I come to you, holding my peace, pledging to continue to see you, to hear you, to witness you, each step of our woman's way. Blessed be. So today we are looking at and connecting through the red thread with the third legend. And the third legend of the red thread is about holding your own piece of the red thread, really considering that you are responsible for your piece of the red thread. And you might wonder what the significance of the red thread is that you are holding, right? In our intentional creativity community, we say that the red thread each person holds represents that person's piece. And this moves our perspective to the larger framework, or what we often think of as the greater weave of a person's sacred work. Your sacred work is your unique piece. My sacred work is my unique piece.
P-I-E-C-E, not P-E-A-C-E.
Right, P-I-E-C-E, our piece of the red thread, yeah. And by holding our piece of the red thread and doing our sacred work, we do receive peace. We create peace in our lives, okay? And the more each one of us is liberated and supported in the holding of our red thread, in the holding of our piece, we begin to perceive that from a visual and energetic perspective, we are inextricably connected to each other's piece of the red thread, and of course, the whole circle. So that when we stand alone, we're not really alone because we're so connected through that red thread and through the red thread circle. So most of the time, we think of our red piece as being very personal, aligned. Yet it's also what we give to the world. It's also connected to our service that we personally give to the world. And each one of us defines what that is, what our personal service is. My piece of the red thread continues to be as a teacher, as a guide, as a healer for others, women and men of all ages who are drawn and find their way to the red thread. Though the red thread circles that I'm offering virtually are really for women only. If a man came, I would not reject him or exclude him because he found his way to us. And I'm a firm believer that we've always, at that moment in time, been together. Right. So knowing your piece and speaking it out loud can cause inspiration for everyone. And so that's one of the things I'm inviting you to begin to do, to begin to really consider your piece of the red thread and what it really represents and means to you. What are you taking responsibility for by holding the red thread? It doesn't have to be really big and grandiose. It can be simple, can be very personal. It's just based on the moment of now, you know what I mean? And the red thread, our responsibility for our piece of the red thread does evolve and it does change. It's not static. So what we may consider our piece of the red thread to stand for right now and for the next months, we might find that 6 months down the line, it transforms into something else for us. You know, it's something that, you know, because I'm so goddess aligned, it's something that I believe the divine feminine for women really reveals to us. It's like a calling for our own sacred self. And we often begin by saying, this is what my piece of the red thread stands for. And then as we open up to it more and more and more, the red thread sort of guides us to, it guides us to how we're going to use it. So today, what I would like to do is to share with you how to bless, how to turn a ball of red thread or yarn, because that's mostly what we use, how to actually turn it into a sacred object. So even if you don't have a ball of yarn right now, you can still do this. You can still do this because you're going to witness the ceremony of it, the ritual of it. And in your own way, imagine that you're weaving. If you don't, do you have red thread with you or red yarn with you?
Red ribbon.
Okay, that'll work too. Yeah, you can use that, and in time, as things, you know, as you are able to go out and stuff, you'll probably want to get well, you listen to your own guidance, and if you feel that it becomes important for you to create this too, you'll do it. You know, you'll go out and buy a, I don't know what these are called, this whatever of red thread, and actually do this ritual for yourself. Huh? Oh, yeah. I never know what to call that, but yes, that's right. That's exactly what it is. So it's like anything, when anything we do in sacred ritual, right? We take what's considered to be a mundane object and we sanctify it and we turn it into something that's talismanic, you know, and give it more power because we place it into the energy field of being a sacred object. And in this case, this ceremony will take your red thread and turn it into a sacred tool that you'll use not only with yourself, but eventually you might use it with someone else also. Okay, so I have my affirmation cards here. I would like to pull an affirmation before we do the little ceremony. And so I would like you to just give me a number.
3.
3. Oh, this is a good one, actually. I am surrounded by Mama's love. It's called Birth Origin. which is so perfect because we're creating a talisman. So that's going to be sort of the grounding energy of this work. And I'm going to put that over here. Now, when we're doing this, I'm also going to, and you can hold your own red thread while we do this and put this energy into it also. But my intention for weaving the red thread into a sacred object, for blessing the red thread, is that any person I share or hand it to, whether it be in person or virtually, will find their voice, will find their truth, and know themselves, to really know themselves. And so it's almost as if I'm giving, when I hand the red thread, when I hold it out to somebody, it will be as if I'm saying, may you know your truth, may you speak your truth, may you walk your truth. And even if I don't say those words, that's the blessing I'm putting into my red thread. Because in red thread circles, we always set an intention of work, right? And so that's the carrier, that's the container automatically of the work. So at the center of a ball of red thread, we usually find an object, something that has significance to us, whether it's a natural item or whether it's a piece of jewelry or something else. In the past, I've used rose quartz hearts. I've used an amethyst before, a geode. And this called to me, it's a spiral, you know, a snell, but a shell spiral, because for one of the biggest things that has come up for me in these past months has been the reality of course, the reminder that home is where your heart is truly, and that we've all been invited to be in our homes, And many people didn't even look at that as a sense of sanctuary. And that if we can always walk forward and remember that home is a sanctuary, and that home is wherever we are, it's not necessarily a physical, right? It's our heart center. Then we can carry that with us always and feel the protection that home gives us. So the spiral, of course, is the journey, and the snail shell for me is the representative of the home. And then I wrote on a little piece of paper, may you know your truth, may you speak your truth, may you walk your truth, may your truth be embraced by love. And I'm going to roll that up as my prayer, and I'm going to go ahead and put that with my shell. Okay, now I'm going to hold the shell. We're going to start the ceremony. I'm going to hold the shell and just some of the yarn in my hand, and just breathe that essence in. So you could hold your thread and just breathe that essence in. May you know your truth. May you speak your truth. May you walk your truth. May you know your truth. May you speak your truth. May you walk your truth. May you know your truth. May you speak your truth. May you walk your truth. I was taught to always blow the breath of spirit over anything that you're imbuing as a sacred object to give it the life force. So that's all I did, was I ended with the breath. So now what we're going to do is I've got to find the end of this piece, because I had it all wadded up, of course. The object is not to get this all in a knot. Let me just get this open. Okay. And holding the prayer in my mind, holding the blessing in my mind, to begin to actually get my little piece of paper here, my shell, and to begin to re-spool it onto the object. And to keep moving it around. So it becomes like a meditation in a way, that as I'm re-spooling the yarn from its original form, or its original skein, that I am doing it around this sacred object at the center of it. And you can see it takes time for me to complete all of it, and I probably won't do all of the skein. I'll do it until I have a nice ball that sits in the palm of my hand, and then I'll cut it off from the rest of the skein, and that I will put away as my backup, and I will work only with my blessed ball until it's gone, and then I will repeat and recreate my new ball. But there's something, when you do this, there's something so beautiful about it, because it becomes sanctified. And with your prayer, may you know your truth, may you speak your truth, may you walk your truth. It just feels so good. So I'm just going to go silent for just a few minutes as I work with this and just get it a tiny bit bigger as we hold the space. And while I'm doing this, open to your own heart and listen to your heart. Listen to the connection you have with the divine, and ask for insight into your piece of the red thread, okay? And feel free to journal about that. And then in a moment, I'll pass the red thread and we can say what our piece of the red thread is. So I'm going to just put on a piece of music as we do this, okay? Okay. Here we go. This road, long and steep,
This heart, broken pieces. This mind, restless and free. Come to me. Divine, let me see your glory. Now the steel it rests around my heart. May we never part. Honey, I'm riding Namaha. Krishna, you're the one, Namaha. Yadavaya, Keshavaya, Namaha. Hari, I'm riding Namaha. Hari, I'm riding Namaha. Krishna,
Okay. I'm gonna turn this down. All right. So you can see how in just 8 minutes it's grown. It's not substantial, but it has grown. And so it still has, I have to go maybe another 10 minutes before it's the nice size to hold in the hands. But at least we can begin working or continue to the next part of it. So once you have your full ball, the size that you want it to be, you hold it in your hands, of course. We ask for Mother, Father, God, Goddess, all that is, to bless this red thread ball. May it resonate with the highest vibration of love. May it keep us connected. May it assist us in holding our own piece of the red thread. And may it always be a reminder that we are never alone. We are all connected. And may all who hold this red thread know their truth, speak their truth, walk their truth, and stand firmly in the center of sacred love. Namaste. And so now I would like to extend the red thread to you. And as you receive the red thread and you hold it, may you feel your connection in our circle. May you feel your connection with me. May you feel your connection with the other sisters of the red thread circle who are not here today. May you feel the connection with the outer red thread circle of ladies from around the world and also men from around the world who are holders of the red thread. May we feel our connection to one another as we hold our own piece of the red thread. And so now, as a holder of the red thread, I invite you to share what your piece of the red thread is at this time in your life.
Okay. Well, it's the center of my days is my designing of posters to send out to the world. I've been doing it since 2011, and I've done about 2,000 posters, and I send them out to an email list of about 100 people, and that's that's my heart work, and that's when I get into the zone of being with the sacred, when I'm in the middle of designing. I call it the cosmic click, when something comes together. It's like, oh, it's been blessed, it clicked into place. And that's what my work is.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful. I witness your work. Yeah, yeah. And my piece of the red thread is to, as a teacher, as a guide, as a healer for others, in connecting to the red thread, to all of us, and to help continue that happening for people throughout the world in my lifetime. So this has been really wonderful. At this time, do you have anything that you would like to share about just life in general?
Life in general is beautiful. I love my life.
Yes, yes, that's the way to be, right? That's the
Yep. I've been blessed with a beautiful house to live in, and a beautiful room to be in, and a wonderful family to live with, so it doesn't get much better.
Yeah, that's for sure, right? That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think the most important thing between now and the time we come back together again in circle is to continue to hold your red thread, your piece of the red thread, and to be responsible for it. And to know that what you do with your piece of the red thread contributes to the whole. It contributes to the whole. So it becomes a very important, very important piece.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, with that, we've come to the end of what I had planned for today. So I did record the ritual. So I'll send you a copy of that recording so you have it for when you feel called to do your own as a review if you need it. Otherwise, you just go off of what you remember in your heart because that's important. So.
Yeah, Fred, I'm not sure that I'm going to find moving, reading around easy.
I need to do that for a little bit because we've got 26 ladies in the red thread, and some of them have indicated that the late afternoon didn't work for them. So I thought this month I would try a couple of different times and then settle in on the one that seems to work most for us.
I didn't notice of that earlier because I was all ready for Wednesday and didn't check the red thread on Facebook after a couple of days. I didn't see the notice until Wednesday when I was ready to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had it posted to the meetup group and I sent out the announcement as soon as I made it after our last session. Are you not getting the meetup notices?
No, I'm not.
I wonder why.
I got one yesterday, but that was it.
Okay. Yeah, because usually when I create the meetup notice, I usually do it after we hang up and then I go and create the next one and then I immediately post it to the meetup group and send it out, announce it. But you didn't get that. Okay.
That's the one you did last night saying, with the third legend or
Right.
my God.
Right. The reminder. Yeah. Okay. I will do my best to make sure you get that in a more timely manner. I'll post it to the meetup group and then I'll make a note about it in the Facebook page.
Okay.
So the next one the next one will be scheduled for, see the problem is, let's see, in May we were doing them on Wednesdays, and Wednesdays have become, for the next 9 weeks, Wednesdays have become difficult for me. I'm in the Red Thread Guild, and they've scheduled a series of meeting times for us at 3 o'clock on Wednesdays until 4:30. So that really interferes. Is there a better day of the week that works for you?
Tuesday after meeting.
Tuesday after what time?
Tuesday anytime.
Tuesday anytime.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe we can do it on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. I like the afternoon time. I think it's better than the morning time, but
I'm not up in the morning.
yeah, I know. So maybe then our next one will be on the 16th, June 16th, and it'll be at 3 o'clock.
Good.
Okay, and let's try that time. And if that's a good time, then I'll just hold them on the 3rd, on Tuesdays at 3, and either people can make it or they can't make it. I don't know what else to do. I was trying to accommodate everybody. which is sometimes hard to do. Kind of just have to say, here's when it's happening. I dropped my piece of paper. Okay, so Angela, thank you so much for being here, and may you be blessed and happy and in health. And I will see you on the 16th then.
Would you mind giving me your phone?
My phone number? Yeah, 949.
Let me get a. Go ahead.
302
302.
2754.
Yep. Let me read it back. 949 302 2754.
That's it. Yep. You got it. You got it. All right.
If you don't mind.
Not at all. I don't mind at all. All right. Bye for now. Mwah.